And let's try the other one. All right, traders, today is July 20th, 2023. My name is John Kerrigan, and I moderate the BYOB trading room. Let's take a look at the SPY this morning. Here's the SPY pulling back. This is our 10-minute chart. Got a double top up here. Then we tried one more time, and then we kind of melted down in the aftermarket, in the post market back here. All the lows kind of tagged the same spot. This low tagged, 454.60. This low tags 454.60. This low tags 454.60. So 3 highs, 3 lows. Basically all hitting the same spot. My pivot's 454.60. If I said 354.60, I'm still waking up, but it's 454.60. So that's going to be my pivot this morning. Above that, I'm a bull. Below that, I'm going to be a bear. They may have a date with this area right here, this trend line. We'll see what happens. I'd like to see them consolidate and stay above this green line. I wouldn't even mind it if they pull back a little bit, but just stay above that green line there. And I'll zoom out on the daily chart so you can see where that is. It starts from back there. And stay above this yellow line also right there. So stay above this yellow line or above this green line. Either one, kind of remain in like a bull flag pattern there. Daily chart is bullish. We're just kind of experiencing a little 10-minute flag right now. Yesterday's candle, higher low, higher high. So they are moving them up. They do look like they're a little tired. We did hit some resistance here yesterday at 456.64. So we'll see how they're going to deal with that today, if they're going to go challenge it or not. Drilling down to the 10-minute, it doesn't look like it's on the agenda, but, it's still early. So you can see in the post-market, they kind of breaking down, making their way back towards the uptrend line. So we'll see what happens there. So now let's take a look at QQQ. All right, QQQ putting in a lower low. Well, not the first lower low. Putting in a lower high. And this right here would be the lower low. So QQQ in a 10-minute downtrend. You could call it 15 if you wanted to. But here's a 10-minute pullback, 10-minute downtrend with a lower high and a lower low so far. But if we look at on the daily chart, yesterday's candle, higher low, higher high, it's bullish on the daily chart. Things are moving up. It's time for it to cool off a little bit, and it's probably what it's going to do for a couple days. QQQ. Now the diamonds. Take a look at the diamonds. Diamonds coming up. Of course, here's yesterday's candle. That's the 19th. Right there, big tail candle. Notice higher high, higher low. Like to see a bull flag form here, not a V top where it reverses all the way back down here. Looks like we may start off with a higher high. A higher low. We'll see what happens if we're going to move up from here or if they're going to have a lower high and a lower low on the diamonds. So there's the diamonds on the daily. And if you look at the diamonds on the 10-minute, and you can see they just kind of pulled back and put in a, higher low here, kind of squeaky low here, squeaky low there, and lower highs here. Not really significantly lower. It's just kind of like a 10-minute pullback. Not quite a trend yet. So diamond's still very much bullish. And in the pre-market, they're gapping up over that 10-minute pullback. So that's a good sign for the diamonds. So now let's take a look at IWM. Okay, this is gapping up in the pre-market. And here's IWM with the high, putting in a higher low, and now a lower high, and now a lower low, and then an equal high over here. So we have a 10-minute downtrend, 10-minute pullback here in IWM. But if we look at it on the daily chart, we are very vertical, very, very vertical. And yesterday's candle was this red doji right there. So I would hope that we get a bull flag and let things cool off for a couple weeks here in IWM. Really don't want to see it V-top and come all the way back here. Just cooling off and just kind of just working its way over to the right would be very good for IWM. We'll see how they're going to work it. Now let's take a look at FNGU. This is the one that moves the market around. Now here's yesterday's candle gapping up and flailing all the way down here. So that's a pretty nice sized candle right there. And kind of like a huge meltdown all the way there. But if you notice, higher high, higher low. Still in a daily uptrend. Now if we look at FNGU on the 30-minute, from yesterday's price action, you can see we put in a higher low but a lower high, and then this right here will make the lower high, lower low right there on the 30-minute. So FNGU experiencing a 30-minute downtrend at this time. So now let's look at the XLF. Here's our financials. Daily chart, still very bullish, approaching resistance up here. Like to see it bull flag, not just bounce away from it. And we very well might bounce away from it. So it's a possibility. And then again, we might climb up through it and probably... I'd like to see us climb up through it and then a J-hook on top or bull flag on top of this 35.28. We'll see what happens. There's XLF. Still bullish on the daily chart. No signs of weakness so far. SMH. SMH daily chart. Red candle. Not a higher high. Not a lower low. Basically an inside day from the day before. So SMH probably in the middle of a 15-minute pullback. So here's SMH price action. We've got the higher low. We've got the lower high. And now we've got the lower low here. And then we're putting in an even lower low right there. So SMH... doing a harsh pullback here on the SMH. Still in a daily uptrend. Everything's still working for that. And let's take a look at the transports. Now look at that candle. That's kind of like a... This is the top. This would make a really good top candle right there. So... you can see they opened up here, they gapped way up, they shot up, and then they melted all day down to here, and then they bounced off of the gap fill up to this area right here. So IYT, probably a 15-minute downtrend, or maybe not. Maybe I'm working off of the wrong candle. Maybe this is just pre-market activity. Let's see this again. All right, so that's today's candle. All right, here's yesterday's candle right here. Higher low, higher high, 10-minute up, bullish daily chart, bullish on all time frames in uptrends. All time frames are in uptrends here on the IYT. So let's take a look at it on the 10. You can see everything is in a 10-minute. Everything is in an uptrend. The hourly, the 10-minute, the 2-hour, everything on up. So nice trend on the IYT. All right, so let's take a look at UNG. All right, so here's UNG on daily chart. And it's got a triangle to play through. It has, from its last move up, drifted back to the midpoint. Midpoint seems to be holding. And we have a daily downtrend that we're breaking through right now. So once we break through that daily downtrend, that would be, for me, be a nice entry for a long-term, long play for UNG. Putting in a higher low and hopefully converting that higher low into a higher high up here, bouncing off the midpoint of this pullback. So we'll see how things play out for UNG. USO daily uptrend right there. Everything looking good for USO. Breaking out of the pack here. This is a long consolidation in a bear flag. And USO is up over the midpoint and attacking the 30% line back here in the USO. So there's oil. Gold. Gold's moving up nicely. Daily uptrend. Silver. Silver's moving up nicely. Daily uptrend. Doing a little consolidation here. Might rip higher. Now let's take a look at... See if we can find one of these here. And that's not ready for us yet. So let's take a look at the NASDAQ calendar for today. All right, Taiwan Semiconductor in the morning, J&J, Abbott Labs, S&P, Philip Morris, ISRG comes in tonight, Marsh McClellan this morning, and Blackstone. All right, so some big boys reporting this morning. Wow, that's a lot of market cap right there for Taiwan Semiconductor. Economic calendar. What do we got on the economic calendar? Well, yesterday was housing starts and petroleum status. Today we got jobless claims at 8:30. Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index and existing homes at 10. So 8:30 we got some economic data here and the employment situation at 8:30. Tomorrow's kind of quiet for Friday. Remember, we're going to have a FOMC announcement on Wednesday of next week. All right, so here's the dollar putting in the bear flag right now. Look at it on the 6-hour chart. So here's the 6-hour chart of the US dollar. Falling down here, setting the top side of the bear flag yesterday, right up there. I'm hoping that's the top side of the bear flag, and this is not just a V bottom. We'll see what happens there. So, you want to take a look at Soxel. Devin wants me to take a look at Soxel. On the daily, we're bullish. We're pulling back. You gotta... Alright, let's just look at it. You got a double top here. That's a higher low. That's a lower high. On the 15, that's a lower high. That's a that's a higher low. That's a lower high. This right here is a lower low. Right there. So you got the beginning of a 15-minute downtrend on the Soxel in a daily uptrend. Okay. How low can this go? There is support right there. You're right into support right now. And it could go down to here. So there's support right there. Notice price came back. This would be minor support right there. These tails that stick up. Price came back and then rocketed off to the north side. It's a 15-minute chart. All right, and then it could, the next move down lower is going to be here. And that'll be 24.43. And you want to take a look at TSLL on a 15-minute time frame. On a daily, you're still bullish. On a 15-minute, you're pulling back here. There's your first, that's still a higher low. That's your first lower high. And this right here will be your first lower low. Wherever the low is put in this morning, that will be the first lower low of a 15-minute downtrend right there in the daily uptrend on TSLL. Support for this is actually right here, right where the bounce happened. Right there, that's support. Next support is going to be right there. And the next support is going to be these tails that stick down right there. So you're in a minor support right now. And right here, and then this will be major support down here. Yeah, Tesla was down on good earnings, I know. And I think the other one was too. Netflix. Hey, good morning, Art, Slim, CJ, Devin, and Mai. Everybody else here too. All right, I'm going to kill the recording. It's down on too many profits. Hey, that's happened before too, hasn't it? It's not the first time something goes down on too many profits. All right, this is our daily 5 bulls and 5 bears. This is a recap of the market on what happened overnight. Right there. Just want to share that with everybody. And we'll close that down. Close that.